Cowboy fans and YouTubers? Is that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you? Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they're a little therapeutic, because I've missed you guys. You know, I'm on the hunt for 50 subscribers. That's right, 50. I need 8 more people to sign up and show some love. You can show some hate. You can share your opinions. You can tell me to go to hell. You can do what you want. It's your opinion, just like these are mine. I don't have to say anything. I could just sit up here and just ramble on for hours. But you don't come here for that. You come here to learn everything about the Dallas Cowboys. If you don't get it from Mark Holmes or Law Nation or E2 Blue or any of the other fellas, you come to me. Why not? Because the Dallas Cowboys YouTube channel, they can be filled with a bunch of fluff. You know, I can't take it from those corporate machines. They don't understand the casual fan like you and I would. Like, I think about the Cowboys. I love them. I do. I think about them in the shower. Not my words. Words of our illustrious owner / GM / president, Jerry Jones, who, when asked about the possible reunion of Dez Bryant, he said he thinks about him in the shower. Now, it's not the glory hole remark that he laid out a couple years ago, but a lot of people wanted to make jokes of it. I mean, when you really think about it, a lot of times you do a lot of thinking while in the bathroom. Either sitting on the toilet, taking a shower, or just relaxing in the tub or something. You do a lot of thinking. And that's probably what he was trying to convey, but you know, Jerry, everything just blurts out of his mouth. He can't really think about it before he says it. But we know what he was thinking. And, you know, that's all fun and well and good. He loves Dez Bryant, he loves Witten, he loves Sean Lee and everybody. But there's a time when his loyalty is just going to have to stop. Unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. If Coach McCarthy sees something in them and the scouting department says, bring him in for a workout, you know, let's see what he got. He could be a camp body if he wants to show up on a, you know, league minimum, like he said he would, and play the role that we ask of him. So you never know. We'll just have to see about that. What else has been going on this week? There's been talk of the exclusive franchise tag on Dak Prescott instead of the non-exclusive. Now, it's going to be more money in his pocket, which is all well and good. But, you know, what we really want is a long-term deal. The further they keep mucking around with this stuff, the further you are pushing your franchise quarterback away from actually wanting to re-sign. Because, let's be honest, if I'm a free agent, I'm looking at y'all treating your so-called franchise, and I'm like, why do I want to join this team if y'all treating him like that, when you could have been had locked him up? But I get it. The Cowboys are using the CBA and the whole contract talks as their way of saying, we don't have hard numbers. We don't know if the 2 tags will be used. We just don't know. It's a layer of uncertainty on our part before we can sit down and really talk about it. But, you know, the word out is that y'all have talked to Dak Prescott's agents for the first time since September, earlier in the week. I think Thursday they talked to Amari Cooper's representatives, and Friday they talked to Byron Jones. Right now, all points lead to Dak Prescott getting his mega deal somehow, some way, even if they do use the franchise tag to get some more time. Amari Cooper getting some money and letting Byron Jones walk. Or at least take a look at free agency before he decides if he wants to come back or not. Now, it's a business. That's that bottom line. You know, you can't have too many loyalties because it's just not going to happen. Not in this day and age of the football and the salary cap. Now, you know, if the Cowboys had it their way, everything would have already fallen in place. Everybody would have accepted the deals that they played out for them, you know, and it'd have been done. We wouldn't be talking about this. But, you know, it leads all headlines We're not talking about Phillip Rivers at all. We're barely talking about Sean Lee and Jason Witten and where their careers may go. Or the rest of our free agent class. I mean, you barely talk about Robert Quinn, even though they say they want him back. They barely talk about him. They don't talk about Blake Jarwin as, other than the guy that got replaced by Jason Witten. You don't talk about him being a free agent. I mean, when you really think about it, on the offense, there is nobody leading the team because we got no quarterback under contract, really, other than Clayton Thorson. We got no tight ends other than Dalton Schultz. Wide receivers we're looking at right now just Michael Gallup as the only proven starter. Everybody else is a free agent, technically. So, I mean, I think the offensive line is like the only thing stable other than the running backs. But I can't count running backs because there's only 2 official running backs and 1 fullback. And the fullback we barely use anyway, so I don't count him. But that's what we're looking at right now. I hope that something does come of the Prescott talks, because I really don't want him to sit out the offseason, mini camps, and training camp, because he doesn't really have to sign his franchise tag if he gets one until the season starts. He doesn't have to play. I mean, it's just going to sit there until he signs it or not. And the Cowboys are going to be SOL and trying to figure out how to run the offense without their guy. I mean, the Cowboys painted themselves into this corner, so you can't get mad at the players, even though that's how the media wants to portray it. But that's just not right. The Cowboys did this on themselves. You can't sit here and blame the players for doing what they got to do, because you're not hearing, everybody else clamoring about, oh man, they need a team discount. Everybody thought, oh well, Teddy Bridgewater went undefeated for the Saints. Oh, he's going to be up to $30-something million. Why? Why should he make that much money when he's not going to be a starter where he goes? More than likely, he's still going to be a backup, but you're not saying he needs to take any less money. So that's crazy talk. But anyway, because people are tired of that talk, and we all are. Now the attention starts heading towards the draft. Joe Burrow has seen a bunch of teams. Tua has started to do interviews. Right now, it seems like Joe is going to go number 1, and then all hell breaks loose because the Redskins are throwing up smoke screens all over the place. They're interviewing all the quarterbacks, acting like they're going to take one, and Dwayne is just left out in the wind. But we know more than likely they're going to keep Dwayne as the starter. They just don't want to say it. And they're going to tease everybody to come and try and move up the draft. Same thing with Detroit and the Dolphins. But everybody at the top of this draft are looking to leapfrog each other to go after these quarterbacks because of the smoke screens that are coming out. Now, with all of them in Indianapolis, their representatives are all talking to each other, scouts and owners and coaches, and they're all messing with each other. Because dang well somebody's sitting there throwing it out there. Yeah, we may be looking at taking this guy number 3, but if you can come up with a fairly decent offer, I'm willing to trade down. And that's what they're doing. They're all getting their talkings on to try and benefit themselves. So this year's draft is just going to be crazy. Because if it does go 1-2, Burrow, Chase Young, like it should, then number 3 is when it's going to get crazy. Because Detroit may or may not stay in that slot. After that, all bets are off. We don't know what's going to happen. The Cowboys, there's been, so many rumors that they could take a safety, they could take a corner, they're starting to mock wide receivers. They're talking about trading up, they're talking about trading down. I mean, it's all over the place. And this is the crazy season, like we say. This is what makes it fun, is because now we officially don't know. We really don't know, because Jason Garrett has been running these things for a decade, and we pretty much all knew exactly his mindset. There was no way he was going to take a safety. So you might just be looking at letting Cooper walk or Byron Jones, and you look that they're going to take their replacement in the draft. But now, who knows what they're going to do? We may take a defensive tackle. Who knows? We're all over the place with that. But that being said, Cowboys make the news because they are the news. They are America's team. I know in a previous video I talked about how Tech Schramm was the originator of the Combine. Even more Combine news. I did not know that Tom Landry actually came up with the Wonderlic Test in 1960-something or 1970-something. But it was his idea to start testing players for their football intellect. And it has progressed and changed over time, but the original concept came from Tom Landry. So it's funny how everybody hates America's team and say we're not America's team, but if it wasn't for America's team and the people and personnel that were involved with the Cowboys, there's a lot to this NFL that would not exist the way it is today. So you need to give big ups to the Cowboys in the long run, because if it wasn't for Clint Murchison hunting down and getting the rights to the Cowboys by, a little backwater deal with the Redskins owner and the fight song and all that, to Tech Schramm being the mind that he was, and Tom Landry being the innovator of a bunch of defenses, offenses, and stuff like that, and coming up with the Combine and Wonderlicks, who knows where that would be. Plus, once Jerry got involved, the TV deals, the league passes, the stub hubs, and all that stuff, and franchising your own stuff instead of combining it with the rest of the league. All this stuff would not exist without somebody's mind from the Cowboys, Gil Brandt, on the way that we even draft people and the way that he thought ahead to how you analyzed players and stuff. I mean, it's crazy how the Cowboys are so entrenched in football history that they don't really get all the credit that they deserve, which is just nuts. But Cowboys get a lot of love, they get a lot of hate. Examples of Drew Pearson still not in the Hall of Fame. That's embarrassing. And Jerry Jones himself not inducting Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor yet. That's crazy. But Jerry's right. Tom Landry was not in the Ring of Honor before he was a Hall of Famer. Of course, that was still due to Jerry. Because he had the team at that point, and it was on him to basically smooth over everything with Tom Landry after the way he fired him, before he could even think about, talking to him about a Ring of Honor induction and all that. He had to smooth all that out first. And, they still claim to this day that Landry died a Giants fan because of the way all that happened. But that's more Cowboys lore for another time. I hope you have enjoyed your Saturday. It's a leap year. It's February 29th. All my electronics are screwed up because they think it's March 1st. But hope you have a good day. It's bright and sunny here. Going to work, happy, healthy, can't complain. If anything else happens, like some contracts, that would be nice. We'll bring it to you. Until then, have a good one. Talk to y'all later. Peace.